on healthcare was that we were going to try to compress the costs, squeeze down costs, and we were going to use the savings to pay for people who didn't have health insurance. That was the idea in the beginning. And when it first started out, on the House side, I voted for a bill that stripped away the antitrust exemption for insurance companies, these big insurance companies, and the exemption allows them to operate as monopolies. You might be familiar with the exemption that Major League Baseball has. Well, this is the same thing. This is an antitrust exemption. Secondly, we allowed states, this is the House bill now, we allowed states to conduct a limited public option to be able to compete against these insurance companies. In many of our states, you have a few insurance companies that dominate the entire market as monopolies or cartels, and they maintain very high prices. One of the ways of squeezing the price down was to allow the states to get into the act and offer a basic, low-cost, no-frills health insurance plan. We're not talking about liposuction or cosmetic surgery, just basic health plans at a very low cost. And we felt that that would force the prices down and force these insurance companies to compete. Thirdly, in paying for it, they decided that, that the payment mechanism was to require people, if you made $500,000 a year, or if you and your spouse made $1 million a year, you'd be required to pay that healthcare surcharge. At the end of the day, they changed all that. The Senate gave back the antitrust exemption to the insurance companies to let them continue to operate as monopolies. They stripped out the basic state limited public option. And thirdly, they said rather than having people making $1 million pay for the surcharge, we're just going to put that tax, that new tax, 40% tax, on people who have high health care plans, high cost health care plans. Look, you sent me to represent you and to do what I thought was best on your behalf. And as most of you know, there was a lot of pressure on me to vote for that plan, even though I knew in my mind, and I'm one of the few people that have actually read all 4,400 pages. The president was insistent that I vote for it. However, I knew it was wrong. Speaker Pelosi, there was tremendous pressure there as well. There were some of my union friends who insisted that I vote for this bill. There were a lot of public, that baby's crying for a reason. There are a lot of different groups that came forward and wanted me to vote for that bill. But the bottom line is this. I didn't go to Washington to fit in, number one. Number two, I went there to represent you. I don't owe my allegiance to any political leader, any individual, or any special interest group. I voted no because I thought it was bad for you, it was bad for your families. And I think as this bill comes out and people understand what it's going to cost them right now and what it's going to cost future generations and what it's going to do to the quality of health care in this country, people will be saying, he was right. They may not be saying it now, but just wait till you get a load of this bill as it rolls out.